to another Service Talk with Sal. Today we're going to go over the 110 volt plugs in your bus. We're going to go over where the switches, plugs, and inverters are located on each coach. So if the motor coach you have does not have a switch, when you start the bus, the inverter automatically comes on. On a TX, the switch is right here, and it's the little lightning bolt to turn on the inverter. On a T coach, the switch for the 110 is right here. So one thing to check for is to see if anything is lodged in the 110 plug. Sometimes some prongs get in here and can short out, and it'll blow the GFI, the circuit breaker. And another thing to look for is see if the plug under the seat has came disconnected, and then you can reconnect that. So on a Vanhool motor coach, for the 110 plugs, the bus is cut into zones. So if you take your bus and cut it in half, and then in half again, and you have zone 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're having an issue with these seats in this area not working, you want to go to zone 1 and reset the GFI. Vanhool's, the inverters are in the last luggage bay on the door side, located in this compartment. So this is the inverter, this white box. If the 110 plugs are not working, you want to double check to make sure that the switch is in the on position and that these lights are lit up. So you should have an automatic light, so the green light should be on, and then the green inverter light should be on. There is a GFI reset on the back side we'll show you in a few minutes. The next thing you should check is the circuit breaker box. So in the black box where the GFI resets are, here is zone 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the only zones that are used. So the resets are at the top. You just push them in to reset each zone. These breakers down here, we usually use them when the mechanics are working on them. Just make sure that they're flipped up and in the on position. Also out here on the lights, it will tell you at the top, it'll say circuit 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can check which one is lit up or is not lit up. If it's not lit up, that zone is not working. So on the operation of the vanner, first thing you want to check is to make sure the vanner is in the on position. Make sure the inverter light is green and that the auto light is green. Another thing you can check if the auto light is not green or the inverter light is not on is check the GFI reset on the back side. You may have to reset it. So the inverter on a double deck is in the luggage bay. And here's the inverter, and here's the fuse box beside it. On a 35-foot Vanhool, the inverters are located in this compartment, last compartment. One thing you can check to make sure each inverter is turned on and that the lights are green. If the lights are not green, what you need to do is turn the inverter off, unplug the 110 from the inverter, reset it, just like a GFI reset in your house. Plug them back in, and then turn the inverter back on. So the inverter on a 35-foot Vanhool is the same as a inverter on a 30-foot Temsa. They're located in the last luggage bay. The right-hand side is on the right-hand side back wall. The left-hand side is on the left-hand side back wall. To reset the inverter is the same procedure that we did on a 35-foot Vanhool. And that's how 110 plugs work on a Vanhool and a Temsa. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to come into the shop and ask us. We'll be happy to help. And that's another Service Talk with Saul.